Hello and welcome to Our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World Resorts in 2019. Today is day 196.
We spent the morning here in our room at French Quarter working on some blog posts. Alyssa had finished up the one about the Gran Destino Tower and the one about Toledo, and this morning I helped her finish off the one for Three Bridges. So we now have 3 posts about the brand new Gran Destino Tower and our experience there. So we decided it was time to send our very first email newsletter that we've ever sent. So we spent a lot of time this morning figuring out how to do that, laying it out, designing it and all that, and putting it all together, and finally, around lunchtime, we were ready to hit the big red send button and send out our first email to the world.
And I do have to say, that red button looks really cool, but it is super stressful when you've put all this work into it and you're afraid you've messed it up. So you go to hit the button and then it says, "Are you sure?" No, I'm not sure. That's why I hit the button, because I need to get it over with. And so then we hit the button and high-fived, which is something we do every time we send an email now. We both check it over and then we high-five once it's out because, well, at that point, there's nothing else you can do.
After that, we worked just a little bit longer before heading over to Port Orleans Riverside, just taking the quick walking path over there. We have plans to do one of their activities this afternoon, but first we're hungry, so we're gonna eat. We decided to go to the Riverside food court because we are staying at French Quarter. We'll probably eat at that food court at some point, so we're gonna go ahead and eat here at Riverside. We ordered a couple different things. I got the Applewood smoked bacon cheeseburger, and surprisingly, this burger was really good. I thought it was gonna be just your basic quick service burger, but they had this really nice garlic ranch on there, and it was on a brioche bun, so a little bit nicer than your standard quick service burger, and I enjoyed it. And Alyssa got a hoagie that had several different meats on it, as well as cheese and some veggies. I'm not really big on cold cut sandwiches, but it looks good. It
was exactly what I wanted. Sometimes you just want a really good sandwich for lunch. This was incredibly filling. It had a lot of flavor with all the different meats and the cheese. I really enjoyed this sandwich. Once we were done eating, we did head over to do an activity because yesterday when we were here to do s'mores, we saw a sign that said they were doing some drawing, and we're like, oh, that'll be a lot of fun. So that was part of the reason we came over to Riverside. So we went over there and just kind of looked around. No one was there, nothing was set up. The sign is there, we know we're in the right spot. So we just kind of waited for a minute, and a cast member came up and apologized. They had to cancel unexpectedly, and because Disney was the one that was canceling, they said, "We're so sorry, but we hope this makes up for it," and gave us both a $5 arcade card.
Yeah.
Yep,
that's pretty
that
cool.
made up for it. We're good.
I will definitely use that at some point in the future.
We decided not to use it today because we really enjoy using these for rainy days or days when we're at the resort all day. And so we walked back over to French Quarter and we got in the room and sat down for just a minute. And something happened that has not happened in the last 7 months here living in the Walt Disney World Resorts. The lights flickered. And we both looked at each other like, did you see that?
Not good. Yeah.
And with all the storms that we've had, this has not happened at all. And we're like, okay, so we opened the door. It wasn't raining. Now there were really dark clouds outside, and so we were trying to head back pretty quickly when we were walking back from Riverside. But so far it hasn't rained at all. So we sat down and we both realized there was no internet anymore. Now we managed to do all that work this morning with no issues, which means the Wi-Fi must be out. So we're like, okay, that storm is definitely coming. And then we just heard this sound and we opened the door and it is just pouring rain outside. We had heard a lot of thunder and lightning, but this storm just came out of nowhere with the water gushing. We could see it floating on the river, just waves coming through. I got too close to the edge actually and started getting wet, so I ran back inside. But it was a really, really bad storm. They cleared out the pool. Everyone was back inside. No one was outside because it was raining so hard.
Since it was raining so hard, we're kind of stuck in the room and the internet's not working. Our phone has signal, but not enough to really run a hotspot. So we just kind of gave up on working for the day and decided to just hang out in the room, maybe watch some TV and just relax for a while. We do want to go and maybe do some other activities if they all start back up. We're hoping this is like that Florida shower that passes in 15 minutes or so. But it was not one of those showers that passes in 15 minutes. It rained like that for probably an hour before it kind of slacked off. And then it was still drizzling and raining for another hour or so. And we were just like, okay, well, I guess we're destined to stay in the room today for a while. Once it finally stopped, we made a run for the food court because we were kind of getting hungry. We went in there and looked around. Alyssa wasn't really feeling a heavy meal because she'd already had that sandwich and chips, so she decided to get some chicken noodle soup.
Which was really nice. Not that it's cold today, but it is cooler now that it's been raining, and so I just wanted some soup, and like he said, my lunch was really heavy and I wanted something lighter today.
And I got the gumbo, which is the same concept as soup, just a little bit heartier because it has the rice in there. It was really good, but it was also a lot spicier than I was expecting. They tend to tone things down for the food courts. I don't mind the spice. I actually really enjoy it. I was just surprised because usually you don't get that at the food courts.
And Robert did warn me before I tried this, and he was right. It was incredibly spicy. I was very grateful that I had my soup because there was no chance I was eating any more of his dinner. I tried it. It had a lot of flavor, but I didn't get to enjoy the flavor very long before my tongue started burning. So yes, it is very spicy. Very good though. Afterwards, we headed outside because we don't want to miss the movie Under the Stars because tonight is Tarzan, and we love this movie. This is a great movie. It has great music that you can sing along to. And honestly, we wanted free popcorn, so we went out there for that too.
It's one of the resorts that has free popcorn. How do you pass that up? And since it had stopped raining, they were setting up the screen, and they had towels out there you could sit on because the grass is like that fake grass in that area you can sit on. So I was like, yeah, free popcorn in a movie, again with great music, what could go wrong? After the movie was over, we headed back inside by the food court, and once again they had live music tonight, so we went and pulled up a chair and just sat and kind of ended the night listening to some awesome music from those very talented musicians they bring in.
We really enjoy the music here. They do some upbeat songs, they do some slower songs, so it's a really nice mix of things. It's just a really great way to end the night. After this, we did head back to our room, and that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.